Well, here we are on Wednesday evening, the 17th of July. Barry Beer with you with my offside kit. And this time last week we were getting ready to go to Victoria. Now, an apology to all of you viewers that were looking forward to our Victorian video. Sadly, we didn't get around to it. But here we are now, about to tell you about our Victorian experience, and here he is now with his opening sequence on that. Good evening to my outsider. Welcome to you. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Barry, for allowing the studio to be back again up and running. While we went to Victoria, it's great to be back into the studio. I know that we are away in a sad situation, but that Barry was handled it very well. Yeah, it's great to be back and welcome. And we're going to talk to you guys more about our trip.
And this is what tonight's show is all about. Well, last Thursday morning, we headed off in the taxi. Kid arrived just before 6:30 with his offside James, and we got in the cab and headed to Central. Now, here's my offsider for his opening sequence about what happened on the trip to Victoria. Here he is.
Yeah, we get here on Thursday morning around 6:30. So we are getting ready, and then the taxi arrives. So we um, hop in the taxi, me, Barry, and James of Cider, and we heading down to Central Station, to the Country Link. So we catch a 7:40 a.m. train from Central and down to Victoria. So
It was a beautiful day for it. We had a beautiful sunrise on the way to Central Station and over the harbour bridge. Here's my outsider for this.
that is so true, you know. Sydney weather is always beautiful early in the morning, especially in the beautiful sunny day. You get to see the sunset. It was so beautiful going through the harbour bridge. Oh, it's a great morning to start with.
And the views on the train, oh, what a sight. The country was so beautiful, viewers. You will love it. So, if you want to catch a train to Victoria, then I suggest you speak to whoever your manager is and your support coordinator, because the views out of the windows, viewers, they were breathtaking. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, going down through Victoria, and it's an amazing view of the mountain and see the farms and different sight you see on the train. It's always good to catching the train during the day because you know you can see different side, different view. You can see the country. It's amazing to see how much you can see in the country.
And we arrived down at the Wangaratta at 4 p.m. and my dad was there to meet us free at the station. Here's my outsider.
But the funny thing is, when we traveled from Sydney, it was a beautiful sunny day, and when we hit Ringarata, it's raining and it's cold.
So, if you are down and going to Wangaratta, viewers, rug up because I can tell you it is damn cold. When we arrived at Wangaratta, my dad was there to pick and made us there at the station at 4 o'clock. He's my offside.
It's always good to end up in the other end of the train station, and various fathers warm welcome us to the country of Ringarada, and then he's around
Wangaratta.
Ringarada, and then
And
and then we hop in the taxi, and then Mary's father driving his car.
and then we spent the night at St. James. Well, James and Kit spent the night at the St. James pub where we had the wake for my mum, which will be the next topic of our Victorian adventure. Here's my offside.
Yeah, when we arrive in St James, it's a small town. It's the population there is 75 people live in that town. It's quite small, but it's beautiful, beautiful, lovely people live in the country there, St James, and we live in the hotel at the pub. But I tell you, their food is so beautiful, nice. Oh, you gotta be there to try it. Beautiful.
Well, the next morning we got up and my sister cooked an absolute treat for us all. Here's my offside.
Yeah, I can tell you that. Mary's sister make a beautiful breakfast. French toast. I never tasted French toast so beautiful like that. Eggs, bacon, sausage, you name it. Oh, what an amazing breakfast.
And then we headed off to the church to prepare for my mum's funeral, and I made a beautiful speech there. Here's my offside.
Yeah. It's a very sad day there for Barry. Well, we in St. James because we going there to farewell Barry's beloved mother, and Barry he done a great job doing his speech. It was so beautiful. He speak well. He hold himself up, and then he talk beautiful.
There were two songs played at the funeral: Stand By Your Man and There Goes My Everything. And as the coffin was carried out, there were a few tears. Here's my offside.
Yeah, I can read that witness how warm and loving mom Barry had because the church was full. And you can tell the kind of people they are. You know, her mother was a loving mother in that little town. Full, the church was packed. A lot of people there to show their respect.
Following the funeral, we went to the St. James pub where the boys had spent the night there on Thursday night for the awake, and we stayed there for a couple of hours, and before too long, it was time to head back to get ready to depart for the return journey to Wangaratta. Here's my offside.
Yeah, it's when we come to the wake, at least the food was everywhere. Food it was so good. Everybody ate, drink, whatever you there, you eat and drink. You never eat. You there, you never go hungry. The food is amazing.
Before we knew it, it was time to go back to the house to prepare for our departure. But before we did, I had to get prepared, and then at 9 o'clock, the taxi came to take us back to Wangaratta. Now, back at Wangaratta, guys, I can tell you it was raining and cold. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, but we're so lucky enough that we have a blanket to take with us, so Barry can be rocked up. And I can tell you, Barry can feel that cold. We can feel that freezing cold weather in Victoria.
Well, the problem was the train was supposed to arrive at 10:20, but there was a problem. One of the engines had stopped and there were speed restrictions and all of that. Here's my outsider.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. It's supposed to be a train be 10:20, but hey, they run late because of the train's little problem. But yeah, finally we get there and the train come and then so we come on board first class coming back. Or we go first class up to Victoria and then first class coming back.
The train trip was very long and we were all tired and we got back to Aubrey at 25 minutes to midnight and we went the same way that we went down and we got to see the sunrise and we were coming in to be into New South Wales and we got into Central the same time that we left on the Saturday. Here's my outsider.
Yep. We get back to Sydney safe and sound. So we hop in the taxi, we come in there, the taxi's waiting for us outside. And then we hop in the taxi, we travel down to from Central Station down to Ocean House in Narrabeen. Yeah, we arrived safe and
So once again, sorry that we couldn't bring you the Victorian video, but um, we had a lovely time down there. Dad was great, and my sister was great. We brought back a lot of stuff from the SPC shop. Well, my sister did, and if you're an SPC fan and you want to go down to the SPC shop, then we suggest that you go and have a look. And if you are in the St. James area, viewers, go and check out the pub booth there. Here's my offside.
that is so true. I so agree with Barry. If you're down in Victoria, coming through St. James, please go to that pub.
Because they've got heated bedrooms there for the two lads that assisted with me there. And the taxi drivers down in Victoria were great, and large buses both ways. And my dad put book them both.
Yeah.
To end our show tonight, we usually bang on about 000, but we're not going to tonight. Um, if you ever want to travel down on the XBT, I tell you, it is marvelous. You will get a good view from the window if you go down early in the morning, just like my upsider James and I did, and you will be blown away. Here's my upsider.
Yeah. It's always great to go down with Barry. I know it's a hard trip, but it's always good to go down and experience a different side of Victoria and feel the coolness of their place. But it's always good to see Barry's family. It's very pleased to meet them. Great family.
And I slept with my younger brother that night, and the two dogs, Gizmo and Jack, and George, sorry, these were the two dogs, and the bathroom, well, beautiful, nice set up there. My father had a hoist so I can get in and out of bed and onto the chair, and here's my outsider.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me they organize everything. They organize very. It's organized. And all his personal care equipment is all there, ready for us to use it. But yeah, grateful for the opportunity.
So we arrived at St. James at about 5 o'clock to find a nice warm fire and a movie going while the boys checked in up the road at St. James. It was a really great experience there, their viewers. So we suggest that if you want a holiday down in St. James, there's lots to see and do. The St. James Hotel, a beautiful church. Their food, if you want to go to a Sunday service there, the church was absolutely beautiful, not wheelchair accessible, but after the service, the coffin was carried out into the vehicle and it was taken to be cremated. So a sad day, but despair not, we had great fun down there, and on the way back to the house, the heavens opened up, and we got in just in time to have um, um, get ourselves warm and prepared, and the boys had a quick bite to eat before we said farewell. Here's my upside.
Yeah, it's a great family. They when we come back from the hotel, the family they cook a beautiful dinner for us before we to, farewell us with dinner. It was beautiful, and then yeah, and then we all ready after dinner to head back to the station.
So it was a really good experience, guys. So if you want to go down on the XBT, catch the 7:40 guy, then you will be down at Wangaratta at 4 o'clock, and my father was great booking the cabs, and he was really welcoming for us and welcome me back anytime. that I liked. It's just about time to say goodnight to you viewers now. Before we do, congratulations to New South Wales on winning State of Origin 3, and here's my offsider.
Yeah. Congratulations to New South Wales doing the game this year, and then hopefully it will be a better game next year. Yeah, well, it's always great to see New South Wales win back to back this year.
And remember, if you drink and drive, viewers, you know what will happen. Bang! Flip over.
Right,
Here's my offsider.
that's the warning there from Perry, guys. That's what happened when you drink and drive. If you drink and drive, you end up gonna be a
Bang!
flip, flop, flop, and you don't want to see that happen to you.
And you don't want the police knocking on the door saying that your loved one was killed in a crash. Here's my offsider with his closing message about drinking and driving.
Yeah, especially when if his work, please organize your transport. You don't want to drink and drive. Like Barry said, you don't want the police or someone knocking on your family door to give you the bad news. Please stop drinking and
And
drive.
it's the same if you're in Victoria, guys. Plan your trip and have enough money to get a cab home or back to your hotel
Yeah,
and behave responsibly here on public transport. Here's my offsider now.
yeah. You gotta go anywhere. You gotta behave properly in the company. Because, you gotta respect people. You gotta do what is right.
And the train was delayed at Campbelltown on Thursday because the passenger was removed from there. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, you gotta be responsible for yourself and responsible for other people as well while you're in public. And please,
Don't harass customers or other staff on the train. Use offensive language or have drugs or alcohol on you because you will be removed from the train
yeah,
and your journey will be terminated.
that's right.
Well, we hope that you've enjoyed our Victorian trip video tonight. Now, normally we will bang on about Dribble O, but tonight we're not going to. But and we do hope that you will join us next Wednesday for the normal show that we do. And please, if you are out bushwalking, please be prepared. Know your way around the bush. Here's
Yeah,
my offsider.
gotta be aware, especially when you go on a bushwalk. There's a snake. You name it. You gotta be know where you go and where you walk.
And I have a map with you as well. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, that's what we reminding you guys to do.
And that's the end of the Victorian trip video for the 17th of July. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. as always. And just before we go, please do not blab any anything about anybody about the to anybody. Sorry about the person grieving. Here's my outsider.
Yeah. Um, you gotta be behaving properly in public as well. And then thank you guys for listening to us
And watching the show.
and watching the show. And hopefully you'll come back next week and then we're back into normal and then we talk more about good stuff.
And next week on the show we'll be talking about chicken burgers. So and get ready for it. So that's all coming up, and we'd like to thank you, viewers, for watching tonight. So until then, viewers, this is Barry Fair and my upside kid, and here's my upside kid
Yeah.
to say good night to you now.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for listening and watching us. And we'll catch you next week. We'll talk more about good stuff. And good night and au revoir.
And good night to everybody now, and keep reaching for the stars. Good night, and thanks for watching.